So this is a very good kind of tutorial, which I'm going to walk through in detail to doing SQLShare. But it's a, whoops, sorry. What I'm also going to do so everybody can, in case there's any problem seeing that in the other room and you want the link, okay? If you want to see this page up close on your own machine or after class, I'm going to kind of walk through this tutorial on the actual website, okay? So this just goes through and tells you the page. All you need to do is log in. This is what the more than likely what you'll see something like that. I'm going to switch my browsers. Indeed, you see something similar when I'm actually on in SQLShare. You can see, another value of this that I mentioned. Anybody who makes their thing available, you can see if you look at all data sets. These are just my data sets. Some of them are private, some of them are public. That's what that means. You select all data sets, you can see everybody's. Okay, and that allows me to share stuff with you, and you to actually run my code if all of my data sets are public. If I was going to upload a file, I would see upload, hit select file like I did yesterday, find that on my machine, and it will upload it. Okay, so you're welcome to upload any kind of tabular file. So in short, this is a very easy way to manipulate tabular data. If you had a very, very large table and just wanted to select a subset, it's an excellent way to do it. Okay? If you wanted to join two tables, we showed you yesterday and we show you again today. This is an excellent tool to do that, especially if they're big. You can actually perform arithmetic. So if one column there was a number 2 and then one column there was a number 3, you could add them up and have a new column, column 5. And if you think about sequence information and location of genes, that you could come up with some needs for that. All right, but this is nothing special about genomics. This is just tabular data. And you can reorganize tabular data. So you want to reorganize a column or rename the columns, clean it up. It's very easy to do there. You're not taking up space on your hard drive. And there's decent provenance. Okay? This is a straightforward example of joining two tables. Okay? So this is the file. So I'm going to see if indeed that file exists. So there's several ways to do that. Okay. I just searched and I found that an Oli transcriptome version 3 Swiss Pro BLAST. This should look somewhat familiar to you that have done any BLAST. We've got the sequence ID from Trinity, Swiss Pro accession number. Okay, first quiz, what's column 5? You may remember? What? I'm going to go with similarity. I think it's similarity. Remember, that's the one I showed you. If you look in the BLAST menu, it'll tell you, but I never know them. I do remember Well, I mean, I know this is query, start query, and subject, start query again. E-value is the thing, the numbers we've been playing with, is e-value. Okay? Anyway, this should look familiar as a glass table that I uploaded. Okay? Okay. There's a couple ways to do it. What I did yesterday, what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to click on Derive Data Set. That opens up this window, and that's where I was typing yesterday. I like doing it in this format because you can actually see the data. Like I can't remember the name of that column. I can see it. I have a window where the new stuff comes up. All right. This is the code. So I'm just going to show it to you, and then I'm going to do it. Okay. So this kind of explains it. Where you have select everything from your blast file. Okay. I gave it a little shortcut name, and that helps me down here. I left join it. Left join means I keep everything on the first table, and whatever matches it, I stick on the other side or the right side. And then I need, the minimal thing I need to do is tell it which columns to join on. On the first one, it's called column 3, and that equals on the second table the column called SPID, which is the one, which is this code, which is what is very useful in joining switch pro information. And what it gives you is a virtue name. Okay. Okay, so if I want to do that live, I might like this. It automatically fills it up. I'm going to give it a shortcut name of blast. And then what do I type? Left join. What do I want to join it to? Over here I was using it, my example was a file called Unipro. Let's I viewed that. This is another handy feature. I viewed that file a lot, so it must be important. So it's there in my little shortcut menu. I could also have just searched for the word. All right, that's one of them. Left join it. My table. That's the name of it. Okay. This, select everything from, left join. These are just verbiage in the SQL language. I do not know it. I just learn what I need to know, and that's why I have that recipe sheet of all the important commands that we found that help us, that I posted and when I answered your questions last night. And we use Google if there's something hard, because all of SQL languages are the same with certain nuance. Okay, so I'm left joined it. What's the last thing I need to do? Yeah, exactly. I need to tell the computer which columns am I joining on. All right, and so that's going to be, I don't have to type out the entire going to be the name of this column. This happens to be column 3. This equals in the last this is in that page. This is me explaining what everything does in text. This selects all columns. This is the class output. Writing class here is not required, but serves as a shortcut. Left join means that everything from table 1 is kept, even if there is not a match in the join. Okay. On refers to what column will be joined. On this equals that. Okay, so and so I kind of think of this as very analogous to that there was a join. Okay, I like this. It's kind of like IPython or Jupyter to me, because if you make a mistake, you can just go change it, hit execute until you get what you like. You can see it live, and you can decide if you want to save it, and save the table or download it locally. So that's kind of what we did yesterday, but it's very powerful, and you'll be using it again tomorrow. There was a question there.
Yeah, I didn't see how to do entertainment on the screen. Can you repeat it, please?
How I do it?
Yeah, how you did it?
Yeah, you cannot do how I do it, because I did it on my computer.
So I can do it here on my computer.
If you can take a screenshot of your entire screen, okay, somebody might be able to help me with this, but on a Windows machine, if you want to take a picture of what's on your screen, you would hit the print screen, which in Spanish is probably not print screen. Okay, and that, what does that do to it? It saves it or puts it somewhere on the desktop? Clipboard. And then you have to paste it somewhere. And that's how you, yeah. Or you could get if you have a cell phone, you could take a picture of it, right? And then put it on Facebook, and then get a URL, and put the URL in your Markdown file. So you can be creative. You just have to think. There's, I'll text my lab to people on Windows machines and ask them if they have a special program that does that. What I'm doing, what Skip does, on a yeah, Jake's Sam might have. Okay, so.